ever on any platform. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's my first live. And, I would have gone live on TikTok and whatnot, mainly because I heard you needed to have 10,000 followers to go live on TikTok. So, but we're here now. Happy to be here. Yeah, I'm in my car. I just got my Starbucks order. And, the reason why I'm in my car, not in my studio, is because I wanted to talk about, just give you guys a little daily insight of my life, what I do here in my hometown of Pueblo. I'm all messed up here. There we go. Just wanted to, kind of like a little day in the life type of vlog, live style, Just wanted to talk to y'all. Wanted to get y'all's opinion on things. Let's talk about what's been in the news a lot lately around Wednesday, and that is the whole Diddy situation. Obviously Diddy has been arrested for numerous counts of S3X trafficking, human S3X trafficking. It's all coming out. He is basically the Black Jeffrey Epstein. He is basically a man that put on this giant facade for all of us, and instead he just thought, oh yeah, poor me, I'm this, I'm that, I'm basically on suicide watch because of the mental turmoil he's facing in prison, I think. So all of that is hilarious to me. The cops raided his house, and there was rumors of raid. There wasn't rumors, it was facts that raids on his house were going on basically February, March, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe Diddy would do such a thing. Well, I really can, because I made videos in the past telling people, yeah, he is not this guy that people thinks he is. He is not this good guy that everyone thinks he is. He is a he's a bad guy. He's a fake ass motherfucker. Excuse my language, but that's what he is, plain and simple. And I knew he was fishy from the start, not from all this S3X stuff that he's been doing and whatnot. Let me take a sip of coffee real fast before we really get into this. Again, just driving around town, it's nice to do things for your mental health, and this is one thing that I do for my mental health. That's going for a ride. Pretty good. That's good. So anyway, I knew Diddy was fishy from the start because he got his start being on starting Bad Boy Records. His star pupil, Biggie Smalls, was the main guy that got Diddy his fame when it came to a lot of big time music productions, big time music projects. Biggie winning all the awards. I don't need to go into in-depth detail on how Diddy got his rise, but he got his rise when it came to just being a giant music mogul. And the whole East Coast, West Coast rap thing came into effect mid to late 90s. And it was so bad that Suge Knight wanted the address of Puff Daddy's mom out in LA. It was to a point where it was personal. It was beyond personal, to the point where, many people were in fear for their lives. And with that being said, it was to a point where Diddy was in fear of his own life. He wanted nothing to do with the East Coast, West Coast rap bullshit, to the point where he was saying there was no beef at all, when it was clear to everybody in the press and in the media that there was a beef, with Biggie dropping an unnecessary song called Who Shot Ya, with Tupac responding with Hit 'Em Up. It was a lot of drama back and forth, to the point where Diddy was losing sleep over it, and he's like, okay, I would do anything for these dudes' heads. He contacted the big shot caller of the Crips, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, and he just wanted to do anything in his power to get rid of Tupac and to show his dominance. And he was going to pay Keefe D and his posse $1 million, $500K to pull the hit out, and if it was successful, he would have gotten the rest of the $1 million in cash. So it happened. I still think to this day Diddy helped unalive Tupac. And many people look at him for unaliving Biggie as well, because there were rumors around the time before Biggie's death that he was going to unalive Biggie because Biggie wanted to leave the promotion, not the promotion, the production, Bad Boy Productions. He wanted to leave. Because Biggie was already so big on his own, he was able to just go out there and basically sell water to a well. And if you look at the night of the murder and how it happened, Biggie was in the second car, Puff Daddy was in the first car, and he ran through the light that was holding the car with Puff Daddy. He told the driver that in the car that Puff Daddy was in, he told the driver to just go, to blow the light, leaving Biggie as basically a sitting duck, enough time for the shooter to come and blast Biggie. Crazy, I know, but it happened. And after the murder, of course, he put on the whole crybaby facade, and he was just saying, okay, anyone that is involved with talking to the cops, whether you work for me or not, I'm never going to speak with you again. You're never going to work for Bad Boy again. If you talk to the cops about anything involving Biggie's murder, you are going to be terminated. You are going to be unemployed. Whether you're a bodyguard, whether you're an artist, you're going to be unemployed. And I just find that extremely fishy because, all right, if Biggie was your best friend, right? Let's say Biggie was your best friend like you say he was, and that's what you put out in the media, especially back then. God damn it. If you say Biggie was your friend, then why aren't you doing everything in your power to help solve the murder of your best friend? If you say he's this brother of yours and you don't want anyone to talk to the cops, why are you being a little bitch about it, basically? You know what I mean? Nobody is looking at that when it comes to Diddy. And I just thought that was extremely fishy, where he's like, okay, if you want to help solve the murder of my friend, talk to any cop you want to. LAPD, NYPD, let's help Biggie's murder get solved. But no, Diddy was like, if you're a bodyguard and you tell him what happened that night, you're unemployed. What? How does that make any sense? So I just think he was in cahoots with Suge Knight. And people are like, well, Suge Knight was in prison. That doesn't mean he can't push the button and someone else could pull the trigger. Meaning, and I'm not saying this happened, I am alleging that this happened. I just think that Puff Daddy, aka Diddy, was in cahoots with Suge Knight to help put on the hit for Biggie Smalls. And with Diddy acting all crazy and suspect after the murder, people are just like still gassing his ego. He was bigger than a level, almost beyond Biggie, to the point where he was just like, his facade wasn't dented, if you know what I mean. His facade wasn't dented. People still loved Diddy. People were sorry for his loss at the hands of Biggie. And again, just that whole situation was really, really fishy. And he was putting on a bunch of bullshit, trying to say that he never hired Crips to work for him or work with him, when the Crips that he hired were basically his bodyguards when they were out on the West Coast, because Diddy was that much afraid of being out on the West Coast when the whole East Coast, West Coast thing was at an all-time high. It's crazy to think that, and I just find it so crazy that no one is looking at that, because it was almost foreseeing the future. It was foreseeing the future that, yeah, maybe Diddy was involved in a lot more different things. He wasn't involved in a lot more darker stuff. Of course, it wouldn't come out till almost 30 years later, but you get the idea. Again, little recap, I just think it was really fishy how when Biggie passed away, he didn't want any of his friends or colleagues to talk to the cops. He wanted nothing to do with them. He was telling lies, saying that he didn't want anyone to work with him, whether it be Crips or Bloods, that he wasn't associated with Crips whatsoever. It was insane. And that leads us to today. What happened to him today, and the fact that he lied once again, and now the whole sex trafficking schemes that he's having to deal with is weird. It's so weird, because again, I called it. I said there's something fishy about this dude that no one's looking at. But here we are. People are looking at it, and people are shocked by it. Especially people, your old granddad, grandma, who think that he would do nothing wrong. It's hilarious how the FBI seized 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant and whatnot, because it's like, bro, what was really going on in there? I mean, we all know, obviously, all that freak off stuff with our favorite artists. The scary part is we have only reached the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this. Who knows what other celebrity is involved in this? And I guarantee you, he ruined Justin Bieber. He ruined Justin Bieber. I don't even want to know what was going on behind closed doors when it comes to that. I said earlier, he's the Black Jeffrey Epstein, but he's also the modern version of Michael Jackson. And I don't care what anyone says. Yes, Michael Jackson touched little boys. You mean to tell me those little boys would just make it up? Would make all that stuff up in deep, descriptive, graphic detail? No. Please. No. He is the modern day Michael Jackson. Although, people are saying that there were minors involved. So yeah, he is the modern day Michael Jackson. Obviously not as famous as Michael Jackson, but on the same stratosphere as far as doing stuff to kids and doing stuff to people. He was definitely blackmailing a ton of people. He was definitely paying people off for hush money. Men, women, kids, you know what he did. So, basically, like I said, it's disgusting. It's dark. I don't think that Diddy can bounce back from this. He is on suicide watch, like I said earlier. For what reason? He knows what he did. Now he wants to end it because he's caught. Get out of here. People know your fake facade now, bro. People know you're a predator. People know you're disgusting. And if you're gay, I'm not knocking you for it. That's great. Be who you are. But he's trying to put it out there as if he's this perfect guy. He does nothing wrong. When in reality, we know everything he projects to the media is just one big pile of horseshit. So he is the modern day Michael Jackson. And it's only going to get worse for him. It's only going to get worse. And I can't wait to see where this turns. Because, yeah, I just think with him coinciding with Suge Knight, it's all coming to a forefront for him. And he gets what he deserves. And that's time in jail for doing all this crazy shit that he did. So I'm going to end it with that. Just showing y'all I was right about Diddy and that he ruined Justin Bieber the same way Michael Jackson ruined Macaulay Culkin. I don't care what anyone says. You mean to tell me Macaulay Culkin was the same after all his Home Alone childhood fame to the point where you want to blame it on his dad? You want to blame it on somebody else? No, we can't. You can't. Because you got to look at the facts that Michael Jackson did touch kids. And it's the same reason that Biggie messed up Justin Bieber. It's a fact. It's a well-known fact. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Let me know. First live in the books. I just want to get it out there for you guys. Kind of dip my toe into the water. If I go live again today, you'll know. But I plan on going live more in the future. So I can't wait. And we'll see y'all soon. And see y'all at the top. Like, subscribe, do your thing. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy, crazy world. And, you know, with these lives, I do plan on talking about sports, but I also want to talk about, you know, what E! News talks about, what Entertainment Tonight talks about, things like that, you know, just to show my diversity. So, like, subscribe. I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me. I'm out.